All right, yasan so amamakwa bebiem e de aba Pepe Suarez channel ne so YouTube. And then Thursday, the 5th day of the 6th month of the year June 2025. The makwaba. Me patcho said na any da edikan a wo share your video CBA. Bomoni answer over subscribe to channel na e de amaye. If today happens to be the very first time you are watching any of our videos, kindly subscribe to our channel for us. If today is the very first day you are watching us, please do subscribe to the channel for us. Now, be out but on Jebre and fan subscribe to your channel. No, I've told you that to subscribe to the channel and you be the so subscribe to channel and you ding in you. Osha crowd very easy. Osha, who was a subscribe ego, but was a bian super na adane subscribed di ababetrato na chesa fidie wabeka bushakono. Bomadi answer over subscribe to channel no. Ede amai. Thank you so much. But you mo subscribe for my video ni share and movie and or comment about videos no. Be I can't say because only nyadwene. Only nyadwene kra. You come in, you share your opinion, na yina yede ekoyeni. Asante Kotoko transfers no. Na watching say ode ene ya wadai ene chinefia daka ho a. Asante Kotoko is speedy up enioma no. Omo mta bogi no mfi speed. As oma kwara ko speed pa. Nana penkramo at the B speed umbe speedy up the process. The job speedy up the process ni nan say empanyifo empese nyoma ababu bom so. Now empanyifo pese positions on person muja players kwan no. Omo secure players ansa e no ma communicate e dia ma players a wonom ebeko. I say ni Freddy so bato bo aba na say the nine esi bori bisu na say kwa de you first na say bo no ekura ne nsem kura dada afa kura enti Asante Kotoko ebi kura wa na timi jabi manako so atase se bi kura wa na wo jabi amanako na de bi nkura wo ye de ko jabi amanako. The plan is to wrap up, get a commitment of players na answer na omo apese omo kono oja amomako. Sir Leicester Karim Zito submit my management no. There were 2 center backs on that list. 2. And na Intiasia papa. Seriously, yes, I've seen your messages. Mom, the messages, but Pepe. Now, so could 2 players. But can't you say, could team you? Let's do individual analysis. Individual analysis. Maybe you are buying for buying sake, but say we improve team. For instance, Zacharia Fusaidi from Recruitment Chelsea to Asante Kotoko. This season, statistics BNO back Zacharia has been better than Samba or better than Ablo. There's no stats that will back that. Me wa monka James Asa fee league boy. Open top center backs in our league as Zacharia Fusaidi. Needing count, but open top center backs in our league. Joseph Ablo will make that squad. A branch of the thing Eddie Samba will make that squad. Then the huge improvement a branch of the thing Henry Ansu Emuno. Among 3 top center backs at Kotoko. Kotoko Ekofa Michael Sifa. Eba say Obabeye an option as a center back, an option at right back, and can also play in defensive midfield position. And clearly, Michael Sifa a free Port City. Aban no nim say or a backup option. But the main choices, Samba and Ablo and said American. So the Zacharia, but Zacharia Nimbobu. He's been a very good player, very consistent. Free Ghana, Echo Spain, Echo Ball, San Fernando for 2-3 years. And so by or one of the most consistent central defenders in our league, captain for Recruitment Chelsea. But it does not mean that Onimbontino or yeah, they change your mom. No. When we sat, we did assessment, department by department, and then I back to conclusion say no. Of course, if somebody is leaving, see or one say Samba you need to replace him. But When somebody is staying, Ablo is staying, Michael Sefa is there, and Yansu is staying. Now, also the two center backs, what do you bear? Because your tests are list, no. Na Nuruddin Abdullah of Midema. Now, no, Midema back as a Rasta head player now. I think no number 2 center back. And also a dean our list. And no man go for starting speculating say Hans Folk or more a player Nuruddin, the midfielder back. So people heard of the Nuruddin, but I'm so the second name, and I said the profile of a player, a center back Nuruddin of Midema, and he said the dean our list. Of course, the fact that the dean's one list is Kotoko, I'm making the approach. We catch up the coach at the list in the bar and pay for the better chance. I think that Zito is looking at Africa no community as a no person experience be at the assistant baby. Experienced players be. And Nuruddin is one of the most experienced players in our league, same as Zacharia Fusaini. But the question that begs for answer, and they say, if you are bringing in Zacharia Fusaini, if you are bringing in Nuruddin, are you bringing in these players to come and start? What do you want about the ball? What do you want about one bench? What do you want about a DN over bench or more? That is the discussion. And said the transfer of Zacharia Fusaini, a pejan table. I slow down because Zacharia and the manager they say no move because say na Kotoko me kwa me kobo bi there. Yes, we say Kotoko na help me. You look at those who are there. At least the 3 center backs of Moses here. And the ball no more ball. We say to me ko menya bi abode there. And some discussion e ba mu no. I slow down the move. I slow down the move kakra. But empanyfo eguso a omo eye ho adwuma. Minimada enra on radio akomana me bisa say is it that empanyfo pese chinchi omo de samba bosses ana until they feel that they will need options at center back. And if that decision, I mean, I don't agree with them. I can never agree with them. Many yeah, many say you don't improvise a player. No, the best position. Akwa baby or improvise the derby. Say Kebia Samba no center back no be more. But utimdibo 6 man ye yana nakobo. Na center back in Ghana today. Premier League iba the way ya GPL iba the way ya. The best center back in our league. Clearly, every time Samba Dongan. Now say Razak Simpson, I may say a lot of games. Okay, the discussion about between Razak Simpson and Samba, who is the best? Hands of folk, a player PK. Every time say nomination be. But seriously, Samba is a player I'll beg Ghana for the best center back in the league. Eden as a player got converted is not about a different position. Why will you do that? How will you do that? So that is something that I think ought to be looked at. And yes, sir, you will end up bringing in all these players and they will come, not bad on Babano, not for a problem. Media, but who constructed team that? And Kotoko the Haruna, captain, Bichimba, not the captain of Mediema Ba, not the captain of Recruitment Chelsea. Maybe Kotoko Yebu. Now, during Herbert days, Ablode was the captain. Hamza no a captain at the man under 20 and under 23. Hamza Mohammed captain the ma RT Kotoko de by. And I could kofa Joe Sam captain at the ma dwarfs at the by. Then I think Kotoko Ekofa Power FC a captain at the by. Kotoko yes Kotoko I be paying. But sometimes no munina with fair chances to play. But this time, Ubebusa has questions now. Me busa. So these are questions around the recruitment as Asante Kotoko, a person moyen. And one of the reasons are Zacharia Fusaini deal a delay, a slow down. I say yes, Kotoko no din komo. Sikasem ne bibiano. I agreed. In fact, I just picked reports between Kotoko and Brekum Chelsea. Oma agree. Then between Kotoko and Zacharia and Ankasaro, they agreed on figures and a transfer. The transfer period of 3 years. Omo agree. But a branch na dwene no a course one agent and ni pebi e ben busanza na Zacharia ukobo he ukotu assurance na sen Kotoko no 5 center backs that see 5 blade kura ti one center back iti kwa uko the sen and no na my player no action break kakra. That is what I know and that is what I have heard. On say the same thing Mbeka Chewo about Abranche di Francis Akwa. Francis Akwa as a player on the management trans say born Patrick Aziru airborne was cemented that position as the left back for Asante again this season. Top left backs in the Ghana Premier League. I think that Patrick Aziru will win that award with this. The most consistent with the numbers in Ukraine. Or you involved in 6 goals. To say the best right back in the league, Kamadi Mahmoud. The best left back in the league, Patrick Aziru. People are even pushing. Says here, Neko Black Stars. Now, so player no honor Okwa, Jia Tumse, Okotanechi. But Francis Akwa is a national team player, and also about the Black Galaxies. Black Galaxies player. It will again who say, Uji Tumbeta, a branch in the national team, no, Ulusu position. These are the dynamics of transfers. And yeah, straightforward, sir. Transfers, yeah, and straightforward, sir. Maybe I'm changing for. If these are issues surrounding the transfers, considerations are all club no way. Player no so the management also transfer almost your considerations. Enye bi abo. Ana me ko trancha ekwa. Yes, kasam ni ye. But then it Francis Akwa deal no had to folk abo ewuram and has a like left back. So Francis Akwa ewuramophobia he go and start. Has left back obi enu a obetuma compete Francis Akwa. Obi enu. So if Francis Akwa take a decision, even though Hartlepool may not be his choicest club, maybe a no pan or open, but when he say Ura Hartlepool say Kim or Kwakwa started or Kwakobo, so Argentina mentions our option. Nations FC, the former coach or Ura Nations are or Kwakwa started, but Obako to Obabe compete and Kotoko as a club put Patrick Aziru on the bench based on games wabo and then the performance was done again. The answer may be an obvious no. So, we are backup. Then, Anna Minko may be my first choice. These are considerations. It makes the transfer difficult. As always, a player, ubon more. Na akwako ibibio. So, that is also one thing. Mate. That is one thing I made. Abrante did Francis Akwa. The internet did so slow down. Ama, Makacho says, Seth, could you say, or say, could you set of Became United and also the contract ran it down after the end of this season, only doing up that possibly Set or Sekojo can join Asante Kotoko. That is one of the names and no Abba made the amount. Mame Nkobani na yamo bosso sa fano sana ya yamojuma at the amount. Mame fan told him Kwampuku is back from the Black Stars from London. Kwame back. So nyame adoma Asante Kotoko game omoni vision ebebono. Kwame will participate fully in that game. Then Kotoko will build a very strong team towards the FA Cup. On a golden kick, a Kwakobo. Kotoko would want to win the FA Cup, play the CAF Confederations Cup, at least win a trophy and go to Malaysia to present that trophy. And no, I asked Asante Kotoko did as well. It Kwame Abba. He started the first game, Ghana versus Nigeria. Lasted about 45 minutes. Then the second game, Ghana, any TNT, Trinidad and Tobago, Amobi. And Kofo say, Pepe, Kwame bought Trinidad and Tobago game. Ya go go because they didn't move. Nigeria didn't more than ampa. Now Nigeria didn't more than. Now we didn't move but the coach also needed to try other players now. They won't buy. It's no Kwame Puku and so Edie and Mede Atujano. Puku is back. Bayi Ababidru. And so one no eba Ababebo. Asante Kotoko. Midfielder. midfielders. They say Jawaba. Latest on Walid Fuseni Nema. Walid ene Kotoko or J Kotoko 3-year contract. Emma assurance enyene. Walid 3-year contract was presented to him. Discussions around the Sika Assembly was concluded. And a branch and a G. Me checks HS currently as we speak. Walid Ewo Tamale is in Tamale. And Diama Walid Fuseni Nema Akodi Tamale no. Of course, what are the family Ewo. But the reason here on-sign contract and return here, he should have been first signing of the season because he came negotiated and concluded. Nano Sunday, na management expectation of Baba Obayanka Monday, Kobe game Sunday na Monday anopano and Corona be sign first. Uya na ubejew atwaso na nkuya Zacharia fiseni atwa. That was said na kotko ashade omunioma. Sena kotko ashade nyoma. Walid the so and yet outside contract asem tini nye outside Ghana asem. But Walid Fuseni name no. Na on also discussions na koye menya bia bo. Me starte. That was the first consideration apparently. Number 2, the godfather coach in India, a coach Maxwell Konedu Fabio Capello. And then Maxwell Konedu is on the verge of becoming Hearts of Oak's coach. Maxwell Konedu. He's on the verge of becoming Hearts of Oak's coach. So a Hearts of Oak coach, one who has shown a number 10 role no, or the Nekobo El has. See, the boy is torn between Kotoko and Hearts of Oak. Clearly, he's torn between Kotoko and Hearts of Oak. And acquires a Miko has now a honor one. And no uncle for a pushes and then Asante Kotoko enko in for Ose Kapitui. If I say if Walid and minim say the IMC ama timelines. If Omo ante Walid in Kana say Walid ama Messiah, the IMC will forget about Walid Fuseni name and the deal. No, they will just forget about it and then they will move on. Kotoko ni bread, my God, just Kotoko ni time. How the between train be so they will activate other options. And no namaka cho se Kotoko. I enquiries about a branch of the Bernardino Usa Tete of Midima. Not just Bernardino. Darren Fodjona, surprisingly, this season, some 2 players among your starters. Among starting from Midima. Darren Fodjo is a typical number 10, but only right-footed. Bernardino a winger, and Bernardino and the profile at his age, on a young player. None will be from Pepe, who never say very young player. No, or 28 years of age. Bernardino is 28 years. Now, it's an experience. It's about Kotoko. Or the right side with his left foot. They say left foot, a ball right. Not right foot, a ball left. So when you get the two, a bit me abwa Bernardino Usatete. Ashasian Komodie, not official, but unofficial, and Komodie, a Kosani 2 player. Young go straight, player be or didn't come fetch, you know, as a one crowd move. Oh, my, you don't go and waste your time. So these are some of the reasons why Asante Kotoko transfers to be a delay power. It is not progressing as we thought it would progress. Aside the fact that M progresses, said any agreement be progressing. It being so there as a hitting rocks. And so alternative plans I shall see are ebem. Alternative plans I shall see are ebem. And go for a link it Kofi Tumpo. Me yamo research me the answer bebre Kofi Tumpo. Then you say still another midfielder be from Brekum Chelsea. So and so we go so me yamo hwehwemu. Me checks at Kotoko and me in a lead on that. Vision and matter say player be a vision at Kotoko interested. I was a player. When you na ayi nkomodia ye boaboa no na ye dia bro Pepe Suarez channel so YouTube. Thank you so much for always watching us. We are grateful that you keep watching us. May the Almighty God be with us all. God bless you.